Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today we're going to talk about raising your self-worth because it's really important. I mean, your self-worth is critical to your success. Having that healthy sense of self-worth can change the way you think about yourself. It can change the way you feel about your life, right? It sets you up to have the energy and confidence to be your best you, so that you can take on challenges, you can seize opportunities when they come up. Self-worth means you can have your best possible life. So the first step to developing your self-worth is to sit down and take an honest appraisal of your strengths and your weaknesses. Hey, Anitra, good to see you. So taking that appraisal of your strengths and weaknesses, it allows you to capitalize on your strengths and to be objective, not defensive about your weaknesses. Your weaknesses are just that, weaknesses. They're not a reflection on you as a person, but this appraisal is going to give you the tools that you need to take control of your life. So having a happy, successful life and feeling good about yourself is not a matter of luck, right? Positive self-worth is a fundamental part of the law of attraction. So if you feel good about yourself and you believe that you deserve to be happy or wealthy or have good relationships, guess what? You will attract those things into your life. The more that you believe in yourself, the more you will attract those things. And the experiences that we've had in our lives, starting from a very early age, they alter our self-dignity for better or for worse, either improving or eroding it. But the good news is that we can do something about it if we want to have a stronger self-worth. Although it's not always pleasant, it's definitely worth the time and effort to raise your belief in yourself, always, right? So I have a couple of ideas about why self-worth can make such a difference in your life. So the first one, you'll be more satisfied with life because you'll be naturally see the good things in life rather than focusing on the things that are disappointing. You won't be undermining yourself with negative self-talk. We always have that inner critic in our head. That's right. That negative chatter that goes on all day long if we're not careful. But you will know how to keep that in check and how to harness your mental capability to keep increasing your self-awareness. Self-knowledge is a key part of good leadership. The more that you can know about yourself and the more you believe in yourself, the more likely you're going to be successful at work when you have that healthy sense of self. For example, you're going to be able to deal with problems early on before they get out of proportion. I know sometimes, even for me, if I'm feeling like, I don't have that strong self, I'm not feeling like I'm good enough, I'm going to be afraid to speak out sometimes when I should be, right? Anitra says, weakness, vision problem. Just find a way to do it different. Yes, absolutely. So you're going to be less needy, less reliant on other people's good opinion of you. You will be strong enough in your self-worth not to compare yourself with others. You're the only one that matters. What you think about yourself is the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks, right? Your relationships are going to be stronger and more fulfilling because you're going to be building them with honesty and self-knowledge. And it's going to be easier for you to be flexible when situations change because, that way, fewer external circumstances can impact your happiness because your happiness comes from in here, right? So you'll be more compassionate with yourself and others. When you make mistakes, you're going to be able to view them as lessons rather than failures. And so raising your self-worth, it's a process for sure, right? But it's something you can do. I have just a few ideas on ways to help you feel better about yourself. An honest appraisal of your strengths and your weaknesses. And, while you're doing that, pay really close attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to what's in your head and your beliefs. What do you believe? Because then you want to get to work to replace negative or, inaccurate thoughts with accurate, constructive thoughts, right? So here's some ideas. So use hopeful statements. So treat yourself with kindness and encouragement. Instead of thinking your presentation isn't going to go well, try telling yourself things such as, even though it's tough, I can handle this. I got this. I'll make it happen, right? Don't be sitting there beating yourself up because you're afraid to get up and speak, or you're afraid to give that presentation, or you're whatever it is that you're afraid to give an Avon brochure to somebody you don't know. You just tell yourself, I got this. I can do it, right? Forgive yourself. Everyone makes mistakes, and mistakes aren't permanent reflections of you as a person. They're just isolated moments in time. So tell yourself, yeah, I made a mistake, but that doesn't make me a bad person. Or hey, how about this one? Now I know what doesn't work. I know that doesn't work, right? That's all, because that's all a mistake is learning what doesn't work, right? Avoid should and must statements. So if you find that your thoughts are full of these kinds of words, you might be putting unreasonable demands on yourself or on other people. So remove those words from your thoughts, and that can lead you to more realistic expectations. Because should and must, they're not, they just put too much expectation on you, right? Focus on the positive. Think about the parts of your life that work well. Consider the skills that you used to cope with challenging situations in the past, because it's amazing the skills that you really do already have. So give yourself credit for those. Consider what you've learned. If it was a negative experience, what might you do differently the next time to create a more positive outcome? Or if you have an upsetting thought, maybe you can relabel it, like you don't need to react negatively to negative thoughts. Instead, think of negative thoughts as signals to try new healthy patterns. So ask yourself, what can I think and do that could make this less stressful? Or what can I think? What can I change my mind to that will make this work out better, right? Because it's all here again. So, and then encourage yourself. Give yourself credit for making positive changes. So for example, you could say, my presentation might not have been perfect, but my colleagues asked questions and remained engaged, which means I accomplished my goal. I do that all the time. I do trainings. I do Facebook Lives on Sunday nights, trainings for my team. And I am not always perfect. I make a lot of mistakes, but you know what, too? Most of the time, people don't even notice because they don't even know what I was supposed to say. I'm the only one that knows what I was supposed to say, right? And even on my lives, my daily lives, people don't know what I was supposed to say or what I meant to say. So even though it might not have been perfect, I provided value, or I did something that benefited somebody else, right? So that means I accomplished my goal. And that's how you need to be on yourself, right? So give yourself credit for taking the action and doing the thing, even if it's not perfect. So when you're working on your self-confidence and your self-worth, start by recognizing that everyone has confidence in the right situation and everyone has self-doubt in the wrong situation. We're not unique. Everybody has this. And so see if you can recognize why your confidence levels are so high in one environment and so low in another. And then just get to work on it every day. It's not always easy, but it is so worth it. And then you can feel like you are deserving. And then you'll be consistently, persistently, rapidly attracting great things that are coming your way. Because it's all coming. If you believe that you're worth it and you believe in yourself, the universe will provide, I promise. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. Do you struggle with self-worth? What kinds of things help you feel better about yourself? Please get down in the comments and share your thoughts. I would love to hear them. I would love to hear your stories. Anitra says, I need to remember that and do my own lives. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But so anyway, thank you for being here today. Thank you, Anitra, for being live with me, and anyone else who might be live who just hasn't commented, and anyone who's watching the replay. I appreciate you. So go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.